Hi everyone, welcome to Pediatrics. My name is Shannon and I'm going to be going over a little bit of information today about the Pediatrics rotation schedules, logistics, and assignment information. I'm sorry I couldn't be there today, but if you have any questions at the end of this presentation, feel free to email me. So you guys should all have your orientation folders with you. And today I'll be going over a little bit of the information throughout the folder. And I've also uploaded that information plus additional information to Blackboard, which you should all have access to. So I recommend after the end of this presentation and after the end of the day today, review those documents on Blackboard and let me know if you guys have any questions. So here is what the clerkship orientation schedule will look like today. I will be talking first, and then we will have our chief resident come in and talk about patient safety and working on the wards. And then Dr. Marquez, our clerkship director, will be coming in and talking about general pediatrics and some additional information about the next 6 weeks in the pediatric clerkship. And then Dr. Casey will be coming in to talk about the pediatrics examination. We'll take a short break for lunch from 12 to 1, and then you guys will come back to the same room for the immunization workshop. So I'll first go over inpatient rotation information. Those of you that are on the gray team, I have emailed out some information about the rotation. Just to briefly review that, the morning sign-out will be at 6:30 a.m. every morning, and the afternoon sign-out will be at 5:30 p.m. The Peds Ward and Resident Library is on the 5th floor of the CCC building. During your inpatient rotation, you'll spend 2 weeks on the day team and 1 week on night float. I've provided your schedules with you that note which weeks you'll be on days and which weeks you'll be on nights. In addition, you'll have to do 1 weekend day call during your inpatient rotation at Georgetown. I've noted that in your schedules as well. Those of you rotating at Inova Fairfax and Inova Loudoun will have a separate orientation on your first day. For your outpatient rotations, it's going to be Monday through Friday. You'll have no weekend call, and the schedules may vary based on your scheduled rotation site. I've emailed out the list of the outpatient contact information, so please contact your preceptors for specific rotation information. Those of you in the CYS clinic, that is the Georgetown Pediatrics Clinic. It's located at 4200 Wisconsin Avenue. And those of you in the CYS clinic will be going to newborn nursery every morning at 7 a.m. here at Georgetown on the 2nd floor of the main building, which I'll go over more in just a minute. And then you'll be going to the clinic by 9 a.m. each morning. Newborn nursery. On the rotation schedule I sent you, the date in parentheses is the morning you'll be going to newborn nursery during your outpatient rotation. So if your day is Tuesdays, you'll be going every Tuesday morning to Virginia Hospital Center. Tracy Silk is the coordinator over at Virginia Hospital Center currently, and she will provide you with your ID badges and additional orientation information. I have a whole sheet of newborn nursery information in your orientation folders, and I also have the information on Blackboard as well. There I've listed Tracy Silk's email information, so you can email her with any additional questions you have. And for parking at Virginia Hospital Center, you'll park in the blue parking garage. As I noted previously, the CYS students, instead of going to Virginia Hospital Center, they'll be going to the nursery on 2 Main here at the hospital every morning at 7 a.m. and will leave by 8:45 a.m. to report to the clinic. Workshops and lectures. All students are required to come to our Friday morning workshops and lectures. Grand Rounds is every Friday morning at 8 a.m. in the Gorman Auditorium. And we will have our workshops and simulations following grand rounds, usually from 9 a.m. to about 11:30 a.m. You will be required to head to your inpatient or outpatient sites after the morning lectures. In addition, on Wednesdays and Thursdays at 12 noon, we have active and team-based learning workshops here in the hospital. And those workshops are for the GUH day students, so the students on the gray team, and the CYS students. So the students in CYS will be coming back for the 12 to 1 team-based learning workshops on Wednesdays and Thursdays. I will email reminders of who is presenting on these days and if there's any pre-reading assignments. This information is also on Blackboard. Here is what our Friday morning workshops will be during this block. And I will email reminders as they come up. Please note that the shelf exam is Friday, November 6th at 9 a.m. in LA2. Absences. During the clerkship, you are allowed 1 personal or sick day. This is on an individual basis, so please contact Dr. Marquez and I if you plan to be away for any reason, and we will work it out with you. And if you are sick last minute, please contact your preceptor first, letting them know you won't be there, and then contact Dr. Marquez and I. If you will be away for more than 1 day for any reason, you'll have to make up the additional days you've missed. So please contact us and we will work with you to make up that day or days. Inclement weather policy. In the event of inclement weather, medical students are normally expected to report to their clerkship if the hospital is open for service, but they must use prudent judgment. So in the event of inclement weather, just please use your best judgment as to whether you feel safe to come in to your rotation site. You guys are all rotating at different sites, and depending on where you live, may affect if you're able to come in or not. If you're unable to come in, please contact your preceptors immediately, and then also contact Dr. Marquez and I. Our policy on harassment. If for any reason you feel like you're being harassed during the clerkship and do not feel comfortable coming to the pediatric clerkship administrator or Dr. Marquez, you can contact one of the trained clerkship coordinators, Kim Hall and Mesky Lloyd. We take harassment very seriously during the pediatrics rotation, and we urge you to report if you feel like you're being harassed in any way. Clerkship evaluation. During your inpatient and outpatient sites throughout the next 6 weeks, you will be evaluated from everyone you work with. There is a student assessment form for clinical evaluations, which is on CourseEval, and I'm sure you've seen it throughout your other clerkships. We will be using that form, and everyone who works with you, every preceptor, will fill that out. Your inpatient and outpatient percentage is 70%. The shelf exam is 20%. Professionalism is 5%, and you'll have a written H&P that will need to be completed, and that is also worth 5%. We also take professionalism really serious during this clerkship because you're not only working with the children, you're also working with the parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles. So everyone will start on a 10-point scale, and everyone should remain at the 10 points for professionalism throughout the clerkship. But you can be deducted points for things such as late assignments, arriving late to workshops, not communicating if you will be away for some period of time, and then also additional professionalism concerns with the team, which will be discussed on a case-by-case basis. Here are the list of assignments you have during the clerkship. Mid-clerkship feedback form will be due on Friday, October 16th, which is halfway through the clerkship. It can be filled out by a resident or attending. You'll have 8 observation forms that are due. And this is what the observation form looks like. You need to have 7 of these partially filled out and 1 completely filled out by one of your preceptors. So partially could be just a few sections on this page. I recommend you try to get 4 completed on inpatient and 4 completed on outpatient. You can even get some completed during the newborn nursery. These are also on Blackboard, and there's a copier machine in our offices on the ground floor of Gorman. You'll have a written H&P assignment due on Friday, October 16th, and that will be due to the chief residents. I have the rubric and an example on Blackboard. You'll have a genetics assignment due on Friday, October 23rd. On an interesting genetics case you've seen on your inpatient or outpatient rotation. We'll also be having a reflection workshop on Friday, October 16th. So on Blackboard, I have some information about the workshop and the reflective practitioner assignment you have due. You'll also have to do reflective Blackboard posts, and this will just be reviewing how you've been doing during the clerkship, the feedback you've received, and what you will continue to do from then on. So that will be due midway through the clerkship, October 16th, and then again at the end of the clerkship, November 6th. And these are all on Blackboard. You'll also have 32 clip cases to complete by the end of the clerkship. I have login information on Blackboard, and we'll just need a printout or screenshots of all the check marks next to the completed clip cases by the end of the clerkship. And then lastly, we require you to log your patient encounters on 145 weekly. We don't have a set number or percentage you need to complete, but we just ask that you try to log all of your patients throughout the week. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me. Here's my email, or Dr. Marquez, which her email is listed as well. And again, I encourage you to review all the documents on Blackboard after today's orientation. And if you still have questions, again, please feel free to contact me. Thank you, and I hope you have a great next 6 weeks.